हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम मेरे हरे कृष्ण हरे राम राम मेरे
అంతే వచ్చేస్తుంది.
हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम राम हरे हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे राम हरे 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Radhana Swami Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimati Bhaktivedanta Swami Namaste. Chapter Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasati Gaura Bhakta Vrinda, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna Dipa Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Mataji, can you do Mangalacharan prayers, Mataji? Please start.
Yes, Prabhuji. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam. Namam Vishnupadaya Krishna Pristhaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Mataji, which text Mataji?
Yesterday I think Samyukta Mataji mentioned 59.
Which text?
59.
60 start cheyali Prabhuji. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yes, Mataji. Mataji, can you?
Yes. You want me to start, Prabhuji?
Yes, Mataji.
Okay. You can click on it, I think, then words will come, I think. Click on the text 60 and Rasimgal, then you ask.
Yes, Mataji. 60 text.
Okay. Uthila bhava chapala mana condition. Uthila bhava chapala mana haila chanchala bhavira gati bhujanana ya adashane pode mana ke mane paba darshana Krishna dhani puche na upaya. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. In this way, the Lord's restlessness was awakened by ecstatic feelings and his mind became agitated. No one could understand what course such ecstasy would take. Because Lord Chaitanya could not meet the Supreme Personality of Godhead Krishna, his mind burned. He began to ask Krishna about the means by which he could reach him.
Thank you, Mataji. Samyukta Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Tvachaishavam tribhuvanadbhutam iti avehi macha palam cha tavava mamavadigamyam तत्किं करोमि विरलं मुरलीविलासी मुग्धं मुखाम्बुजम् उदीक्षितुम् ईक्षणाभ्याम्. Translation purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: O Krishna, O flute player, the sweetness of your early age is wonderful within these three worlds. You know my unsteadiness and I know yours. No one else knows about this. I want to see your beautiful, attractive face somewhere in a solitary place. But how can this be accomplished? Purport: this is another quotation from Srila Bilva Mangala Thakura's Krishna Krishnamrita. Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण। ये संध्या माता जी।
हरे कृष्ण प्रभु जी। तो मारा माधुरी बाला ताते मोरा चापाला ई दुई तुमी आमी जानी काहान कारोने काहान्यान काहान गेले तो मापान ताहा मोरे कहता आपानी. Translation by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. My dear Krishna, only you and I know the strength of your beautiful features, and because of them, my unsteadiness. Now this is my position. I do not know what to do or where to go. Where can I find you? I'm asking you to give directions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lavani Mata ji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji, text 63. Nana Bhavera Prabalya, Haila Shandi Sabalya, Bhave Bhave Haila Maharana, Autsukya Chapala, Autsukya Chapala Dainya, Rosamarsu Adi Dainya, Remon Mada Sabarakarana. Translation: because of the various kinds of ecstasy, contradictory states of mind occurred, and this resulted in a great fight between different types of ecstasy. Anxiety, impotence, humility, anger, and impatience were all like soldiers fighting, and the madness of love of God was the cause. Purport. Can you scroll down, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Yeah. Purport by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Purport. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, it is stated that when similar ecstasies from separate causes meet, they are called Swarupa Sandhi. When opposing elements meet, whether they arise from a common cause or different causes, their conjunction is called Binna Rupa Sandhi. Binna Rupa Sandhi. The meeting of contradictory ecstasies. The simultaneous joining of different ecstasies, fear and happiness, regret and happiness, is called meeting, Sandhi. The word Shabalya refers to different types of ecstatic symptoms combined together like pride, despondency, humility, remembrance, doubt, impatience caused by insult, fear, disappointment, patience, and eagerness. The friction that occurs when these combine is called Shabalya. Similarly, when the desire to see the object is very prominent, the friction that occurs when these combine is called Shabalya. Similarly, when the desire to see the object is very prominent, or when one is unable to tolerate any delay in seeing the desired object, the incapability is called Ausukya or eagerness. If such eagerness is present, one's mouth dries up and one becomes restless. One also becomes full of anxiety, and hard breathing and impatience are observed. Similarly, the lightness of heart caused by strong attachment and strong agitation of the mind is called impotence, Chapalya. Failure of judgment, misuse of words, and abstinent activities devoid of anxiety are observed. Similarly, when one becomes too angry at the other party, offensive and abominable speech occurs, and this anger is called Rosha. When one becomes impatient due to being scolded or insulted, the resultant state of mind is called Amarsha. In this state of mind, one perspires, acquires a headache, fades in bodily color, and experiences anxiety and an urge to search out for remedy. The bearing of a grudge, aversion, and chastisement are all visible symptoms. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Gaurav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
माता गया भावागाना प्रभु देना देहा ईशुवाना गया युधे वेना राधलाना प्रभु राहिला दिव्यानुमदा तनु मनेरा अवसादा भावे करे Sambodhana. Translation: the body of the Lord was just like a field of sugarcane into which a mad elephant of ecstasy entered. There was fight amongst the elephants, and in the process, the entire field of sugarcane was destroyed. Thus, transcendental madness was awakened in the body of the Lord, and he experienced despondency in mind and body. In this ecstatic condition, he began to speak as follows.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Lalitman Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you. He Deva, He Daitya, He Bhuvanaika Bandhu, He Krishna, He Chapala, He Karunaika Sindhu, He Nata, He Ramana, He Nayanadhirama, Ha Ha Kadalubhavitasi Padam Drushormi. Translation: O my Lord, O dearest one, O only friend of the universe, O Krishna, O restless one, O only ocean of mercy, O my Lord, O my enjoyer, O my beloved, O beloved to my eyes, alas, when will you again be visible to me? Purport. This is the text 40 of Krishna Karnamrita. Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Chandramat Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. The symptoms of madness served as an impetus for remembering Krishna. The mood of ecstasy evoke love, disdain, defamation by words, pride, honor, and indirect prayer. Thus, Sri Krishna was sometimes blasphemed and sometimes honored. Purport. The word Unmada is explained in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as extremely joy, misfortune, and bewilderment in the heart due to separation. Symptoms of Unmada are laughing like a madman, dancing, singing, performing ineffectual activities, talking nonsense, running, shouting, and sometimes working in contradictory ways. The word pranaya is explained thus: when there is a possibility of receiving direct honor, but it is avoided, that love is called pranaya. Srila Rupa Goswami, in his Vajjala Nelamani, explains the word mana thus: when the lover feels a novel sweetness by exchanging hearty loving words, but wishes to hide his feelings by crooked means, mana is explained.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Somebody chant. Saban Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah.
Yeah, read this. Sloka also, Prabhuji, means this one text also. Read. 67. Yeah, this one.
Tumi deva krita rata bhuvanira nariyata tahe kara abhishta kridana tumi mora daita mote vaisha tomara chita more bhagye kaila agamana. Translation: in the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed Krishna: my dear Lord, you are engaged in your pastimes and you utilize all the women in the universe according to your desire. You are so kind to me. Please divert your attention to me, for by fortune you have appeared before me.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Who else is there? Yeah, Radhika Mataji, please can read this.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, text 68.
Yeah. Bhuvanera narigana sabakara akarshana tahakara sab samadhana tumi Krishna chitta hara aicha kona pamar tomara vaki bakare mana. Translation. My dear Lord, you attract all the women of the universe and you make adjustments for all of them when they appear. You are Lord Krishna and you can enchant everyone, but on the whole, you are nothing but a debauch. Who can honor you?
Thank you, Mata. Text 69. Tomara chapala mati ektra naam haya siddhi tate tomara nahi kichu dosa tumhi ta karuna sindhu amara parana bandhu tomaya nahi mora kaburosa. Translation. My dear Krishna, your mind is always restless. You cannot remain in one place, but you are not at fault for this. You are actually the ocean of mercy, the my friend of my heart. Therefore, I have no reason to be angry with you. Hare Krishna. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, can you continue? Text.
Yes, please.
Some,
70, yeah.
yeah. World's time.
तुम्ही नाथ व्रज प्राणा व्रजेरा करे व्रजेरा कर परित्राणा बहु कार्य नहीं अवकाशा तुम्ही अमर रमण सुख देते आगमन हे तुम्हारा वैद्याख्य विलासा. Translation. My dear Lord, you are the master and the life and soul of Vrindavana. Kindly arrange for the deliverance of Vrindavana. We have no leisure hours away from our many activities. Actually, you are my enjoyer. You have appeared just to give me happiness. And this is one of your expert activities. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The word Vaidagya means that one is very expert, learned, humorous, cunning, beautiful, and skilled in manifesting caricatures. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, thank you. Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. मोरा वाक्या निंदा मानी कृष्णा चाड़ी गेला जानी सुना मोरा ये स्तुति वचना नया नेरा अभिरामा तुमी मोरा धना प्राणा आहा पूना देहा दर्शना. Translation. Taking my words as defamation, Lord Krishna has left me. I know that he is gone, but kindly hear my prayers in praise. You are the satisfaction of my eyes. You are my wealth and my life. Alas, please give me your audience once again. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, Sandhya Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare.
How to recite Prabhuji?
Hare Krishna.
Lalita Mohan Prabhuji. Lalita Mohan Prabhuji.
Mataji, this Vibhava recession only, but its words are a bit higher. Thamma kampa veda vaivaranya shusva deha haila pula ke vyapita.
Tamba kampa prasveda vaivarnya ashru swara veda deha haila pula ke vyapita आसे कंदे नाचे गाया उदिति उतिधाया क्षाने भूमि पादिया मुचीता. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation. There were different transformations of the body of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, being stunned, trembling, perspiring, fading away of color, weeping, and choking of the voice. In this way, his whole body was pervaded by transcendental joy. As a result, sometimes Chaitanya Mahaprabhu would laugh, sometimes cry, sometimes dance, and sometimes sing. Sometimes he would get up and run here and there, and sometimes fall on the ground and lose consciousness. Purport. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 8 kinds of transcendental changes taking place in the body are described. Stambha, being stunned, refers to the mind becoming transcendently absorbed. In that state, the peaceful mind is placed on the life air and different bodily transformations are manifest. These symptoms are visible in the body of an advanced devotee. When life becomes almost inactive, it is called stun. The emotions resulting from this condition are joy, fear, astonishment, mood senses, and anger. In this condition, the speech is lost. There is no movement in the legs. Otherwise, being stunned is a mental condition. Many other symptoms are visible on the entire body in the beginning. These are very subtle, but gradually they become very apparent. When one cannot speak naturally, one's active senses are arrested and the knowledge acquiring senses are rendered inoperative. Kampa, trembling of the body, is mentioned in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as a result of a special kind of fear, anger, and joy. This is called Vepatu or Kampa. When the body begins to perspire because of joy, fear, and anger combined, this is called Sveda. Vivarnya is described as a change in the bodily color. It is caused by a combination of morosenses, moroseness, okay, Prabhuji, anger and fear. When these emotions are experienced, the complexion turns pale and the body becomes lean and thin. Ashru is explained in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu as a combination of joy, anger, and moroseness that causes water to flow from the eyes without effort. When there is joy and there are tears in the eyes, the temperature of the tears is cold. But when there is anger, the tears are hot. In both cases, the eyes are restless, the eyeballs are red, and there is itching. These are all symptoms of Ashru. When there is a combination of moroseness, astonishment, anger, joy, and fear, there is choking in the voice. This choking is called Gadgada. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu refers to Gadgada Rudhaya Gira or a faltering voice. In the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, Pulaka is described as joy, encouragement, and fear. When these combine, the hairs on the body stand on end, and this bodily state is called Pulaka.
Thank you, Mataji.
Thank you.
Yeah, Lavanya Mataji.
Hare Krishna. Muchaya haila sakshatkara utikara ahankara unkara kahe aila mahashaya Krishnera madhure guna nana brahmahaya mane shloka padi kariye nishaya. Translation: When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was thus unconscious, he happened to meet the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, he got up immediately and made a tremulous sound, very loudly declaring, "Now Krishna, the great personality, is present." In this way, because of Krishna's sweet qualities, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made different types of mistakes in his mind. Thus, by reciting the following verse, he ascertained the presence of Lord Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yeah, Radhika Mataji, please can.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Mataji, it will be like this, huh? Mara swayam nu madhuradyuti mandalam madhuryameva nu mano nayanamritam.
Okay, Prabhuji, I'll try. Mara swayam nu madhura dviti mandalam nu madhuryameva nu manu nayanmritam nu veni mrijunu mama jivita valabhonu Krishno yam abhyuday.
Venim rujunu mama jivita vallabhonu Krishno yam abhyudayate mama lochana. Do it, Mataji, do it.
Veni mrijunu mama jivita vallabhonu Krishno yam abhyudayate mama lochanaya. Translation: In the attitude of Radharani, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu addressed the gopis. My dear friends, where is that Krishna, Cupid personified, who has the effulgence of a kadamba flower, who is sweetness itself, the nectar of my eyes and mind? he who loosens the hair of the gopis, who is the supreme source of transcendental bliss, and my life and soul. Has he come before my eyes again? Purport. This is another verse from Krishna Karnamrita 68.
Thank you, Mataji. Akinchan Prabhuji.
Kibai Sakshat Kama Dhruti Bimba Muktiman. Can I sing in this? What is the tune, Prabhuji?
Vibhavari Sesha Prabhu.
Huh? Yes, no?
Vibhavari Sesha.
Okay. Kibai Sakshat Kama Dhruti Bimba Murtiman. Ki Madhurya Spayam Murtimanta. Kiba Mano Netro Sava. Kiba Prana Vallabha. Satya Krishna Aila Netrananda. Netrananda. Translation. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu then began to talk like this. Is Cupid personified present with effulgence and reflection of Kadamba tree? It is he the same person, personified sweetness, who is the pleasure of my eyes and mind, who is my life and soul, as Krishna actually comes before my eyes.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Chandramouli Prabhuji.
Hare
Can I
Krishna.
read?
Prabhuji, if you want to then read, Prabhuji.
Carry on, Prabhu. Yes.
Guru Nana Bhavagana Shishya Prabhu Prabhuratanu Mana Nana Rite Satata Nachaya Nirveda Vishada Denya Cha Kapalya Harsa Dairya Manyo E Nirtya Prabhura Kalaya. Translation. As the spiritual master chastises the disciple and teaches him service, so all the aesthetic symptoms of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, including despondency, morosenses, humility, restlessness, joy, endurance, and anger, instructed his body and mind. In this way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his time. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Grace Prabhuji, please read.
Thank you very much, Prabhu. Chandidasa Vidyapati Rayera Nataka Giti Karnamruta Sri Gita Govinda Swarupa Ramananda Sane Mahaprabhu Ratri Dine Gaya Sune Parama Nanda. He also passed his time reading the books, singing songs of Chandidasa and Vidyapati, and listening to quotations from the Jagannatha Vallabha Nataka, Krishna Karnamrita, and Gita Govinda. Thus, in the association of Swarup Damodara and Raya Ramananda, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu passed his days and nights chanting and hearing with great pleasure. Can I do one more, Prabhuji?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Purira Vatsalya Mukhya Ramanandera Suddha Sakya Govinda Dhyera Shuddha Dasya Rasa Gadadhara Jagadananda Swarupera Mukhya Rasananda Chari Bhave Prabhu Vasa. Among his associates, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed paternal loving affection from Paramananda Puri, friendly affection with Ramananda Raya, unallied service from Govinda and others, and humors of conjugal love with Gadadhara, Jagadananda, and Swarup Damodara. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed all these four mellows, and thus he remained obliged to his devotees. Purport translation, purport by Srila Prabhupada. Gijay, purport. Paramananda Puri is said to have been Uddhava in Vrindavan. His affections with Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were on the platform of paternal love. This was because Paramananda Puri happened to be the god brother of the spiritual master of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Similarly, Ramananda Raya is considered an incarnation of Arjuna and by some an incarnation of Vishakha Devi, enjoyed unallied fraternal love with the Lord. Unallied personal service was enjoyed by Govinda and others in the presence of his most confidential devotees like Gadadhar Pandita, Jagadananda, and Swarup Damodara. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enjoyed the ecstatic conditions of Srimad Radharani in her conjugal relationship with Krishna. Absorbed in these four transcendental mellows, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu resided in Jagannath Puri, feeling very much obliged to his devotees. Thank you very much, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, Gaurav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
लीला सुख मर्त्य जाना तंद्रा हाय भावोदगमा ईश्वरा से किया अव्यय विमाया ताहे मुख्य रशाराया हाय इच्छने मसाया ताते हाया सर्व भावोदया. Translation: Leela Shuka Bila Mangal Thakur was an ordinary human being, yet he developed many ecstatic symptoms in his body. What then is so astonishing about the symptoms being manifest in this body of a Supreme Personality of Godhead? In the ecstatic mood of conjugal love, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was on the brightest platform. Therefore, all the exuberant ecstasies were naturally visible in his body. Purport: Leela Shuka is Bilwa Mangala Thakur Goswami. He was South Indian, a Brahmana, and his former name was Shilana Mishra. When he was householder, he became attracted to a prostitute named Chintamani, but eventually he took her advice and became renounced. Thus he wrote a book named Shanti Sataka, and later, by the mercy of God, Lord Krishna and the Vaishnavas, he became a great devotee. Thus he became famous as Bhiva Mangala Thakur Goswami. On the elevated platform, he wrote a book named Krishna Karnamatra, which is a very famous amongst Vaishnavas. Since he exhibited so many ecstatic symptoms, people used to call him Leela Shuka. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Lalitman Prabhuji, please.
Yes, Prabhu. पूर्वी व्रजविलासे दीनाभिलाषे यत्नेह आस्वादना श्रीराधारा भावसार आपने तरी अंगीकार सीतीना वस्तु आस्वादी. Translation: During his previous pastimes in Vrindavan, Lord Krishna desired to enjoy the three different types of ecstasy. But despite great endeavor, he could not taste them. Such ecstasies are the monopoly of Srimati Radharani. Therefore, in order to taste them, Sri Krishna accepted the position of Srimati Radharani in the form of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you, Prabhu.
Yes, Sapan Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. अपने करी आस्वादाने शिखाइला भक्ते गाने प्रेमा चिंता मनीरा प्रभु तानी नाही जाने स्थान स्थाना यारे तारे कैला धाना Mahaprabhu Datta Shiromani. Translation: By personally stating the mellows of love of Godhead, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu taught his direct disciples the process. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is a wealthy capitalist possessing the touchstone of love of God, not considering whether one is a proper or improper recipient. He gives his treasure to anyone and everyone, thus he is most munificent. Yes, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is the touchstone of love of Godhead, and consequently he is a great owner of that transcendental treasure. After making unlimited amounts of gold, the touchstone remains the same. Similarly, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, although distributing love of Godhead unlimitedly, still remained the supreme owner of this transcendental opulence. His devotees who learned it from him also had to distribute it munificently all over the world. This Krishna consciousness movement, following in the footsteps of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his confidential devotees, is also trying to distribute the love of Godhead all over the world through the chanting of the holy names of Lord. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Yeah, thank you, Prabhuji. Text 82. Ehi Gupta Bhava Sindhu Brahmana Paya Eka Bindu Hena Dhana Ve Laila Samsare Ache Dayalu Avatara Ache Data Nahi Hara Guna Keha Nare Varina Varni Bare. Translation: no one, not even Lord Brahma, can ascertain or even taste a drop of this confidential ocean of ecstasy. But Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, out of his causeless mercy, has distributed this love of Godhead all over the world. Thus, there cannot be any incarnation more munificent than Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. There is no greater donor who can distribute his transcendental qualities. Hare Krishna. Prabhuji will read or we'll stop here? There are 94 verses, Prabhuji.
Whom you were asking, Prabhuji?
Giras Prabhuji is there.
మనం ఏ నంబర్ లో ఉన్నాం బ్రదర్?
ఇప్పుడు అయినా Prabhuji. 85.
We are 13 of us. 94 వరకు అయిపోతుంది ప్రభుజీ.
అయిపోతుందా మొత్తం ఇంకా?
We'll finish this, Prabhuji.
Okay. 85 Prabhuji 84 అయిపోయిందా?
84, 85 దగ్గర ఉన్నాం. అదే
టెక్స్ట్ 85 అయిపోయింది.
మీరు చదివారు ఇప్పుడు లాస్ట్.
ఇది అయిపోయింది అనుకుంటా.
ప్రభు బ్రహ్మ ఇస్ వెరీ, ఈవెన్ బ్రహ్మ డిడెంట్ గెట్ అదర్ చదివాం ప్రభు. దాని తర్వాత ఇంకొక వర్ష చదివినట్టున్నాం.
83 ప్రభుజీ. ఇది చదవాలి ప్రభుజీ.
83. Okay. Yeah, Deepamata, please continue.
काहि बारा कथा नाही कही लिख के ना बुझाई ऐछे चित्र चैतन्य रंगा से बुझिते पारे चैतन्य कृपायान रे हायतांद्र दासानुदास संगा. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Such topics are not to be discussed freely because if they are, no one will understand them. Such are the wonderful pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Unto one who is able to understand, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has shown mercy by giving him the association of the servant of his own servant. Purport: understand the transcendental ecstasies in the mode of Srimati Radharani. Unfit persons who try to understand them are perverted into the Sahajiya, Baula, and other sampradayas. Thus the teachings are perverted. Even learned scholars in the academic field cannot understand the transcendental bliss and ecstasy exhibited by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his pure devotees. One must be fit to understand the purport of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's activities. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Yes, Samyukta Mata, please read this.
Yes, please. चैतन्य लीला रत्ना सारा स्वरूपेरा बंधारा तेनो तू हिला रघुनाथ तेरा कांते ताहान किच्चु येशु नीलून ताहा इहान विस्तारिलून भक्ता गणे दिलूने भीते. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Translation: the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu are the topmost of jewels. They have been kept in the storehouse of Swarupa Damodar Goswami, who has explained them to Raghunatha Das Goswami, who has repeated them to me. Whatever little I have heard from Raghunath Das Goswami, I have described in this book, which is presented to all devotees. Purport: all the activities of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu were noted by his personal secretary, Swarupa Damodara, and repeated to Raghunath Das Goswami, who memorized them. Whatever Krishnadas Kaviraja Goswami heard is recorded in Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. This is called the Parampara system. From Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to Swarupa Damodara to Raghunath Das Goswami to Kaviraja Goswami. Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami has distributed this information in his book Chaitanya Charitamrita. In other words, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is the essence of the instruction given through the Parampara system of the disciplic succession stemming from Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Yeah, thank you, Mataji. Yes, Sandhya Mataji, please read.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yadike ha he na kaya grantakaila shloka maya itara jane nari bebuji te prabhura ei acharana seikari varnana sarva chitta nari aradhite. Translation and purport by Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: if one says that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of Sanskrit verses and therefore not understandable by a common man, I reply that what I have described are the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and that for me to satisfy everyone is not possible. Purport: Srila Kaviraja Goswami and one who follows in his footsteps do not have to cater to the public. Their business is simply to satisfy the previous acharyas and describe the pastimes of the Lord. One who is able to understand can relish this exalted transcendental literature, which is actually not meant for ordinary persons like scholars and literary men. Generally, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's pastimes recorded in the Chaitanya Charitamrita are studied in universities and scholastic circles from a literary and historical point of view. But actually, Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is not a subject matter for research workers or literary scholars. It is simply meant for the those devotees who have dedicated their lives to service of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Yeah, Lavanya Mataji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Can you scroll little bit down? Yeah, text. Yeah, text 86. Nahi kahansa viroda, nahi kahana anuroda, sahaja vastu karivi varuna. Yadi hai raguddesha, tahan hai avesha, sahaja vastu nahayali kana. Translation: in this Chaitanya Charitamrita, there is no contradictory conclusion, nor is anyone else's opinion accepted. I have written this book to describe the simple substance as I have heard it from the superiors. If I become involved in someone's likes and dislikes, I cannot possibly write the simple truth. Purport: the simplest thing for human being is to follow their predecessors. Judgment according to the mundane senses is not a very easy process. Whatever is awakened by attachment to one's predecessor is the way of devotional service as indicated by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. The author says, however, that he cannot consider the opinions of those who become attracted or repelled by such things, because one cannot write impartially in that way. In other words, the author is stating that he did not inject personal opinion in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. He has simply described his spontaneous understanding from superiors. If he had been carried away by someone's likes and dislikes, he could not have written of such sublime subject matter in such an easy way. The actual facts are understandable to real devotees. When these facts are recorded, they are very congenial to the devotees. But one who is not a devotee cannot understand. Such is the subject matter for realization. Mundane scholarship and its commitment, attachments, and detachments cannot arouse spontaneous love of Godhead. Such love cannot be described in a mundane scholar. Sorry, by a mundane scholar. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Radhika Mataji, please.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. ये बाना ही बुझे के हा सुनीति से हा के अद्भुत चैतन्य चरिता कृष्ण उपजीवे प्रीति जानी बेरसिर रीति सुनीले बड़ा हयहिता. Translation. If one does not understand in the beginning, but continues to hear again and again the wonderful effects of Lord Chaitanya's pastimes, will bring love for Krishna. Gradually, one will come to understand the loving affairs between Krishna and the gopis and other associates of Vrindavan. Everyone is advised to continue to hear over and over again in order to greatly benefit.
Very important, very important verse. Actually. We cannot understand actually Chaitanya Charitamrita just like that. So we should hear and hear, hear and hear again and again. Please go ahead, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Yeah, Kinchan Prabhuji, please continue. 88, text 88. Chandamani Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, read.
Text 88.
Yeah.
Bhagavata Shloka Maya Ikatara Samskrita Haya Atabu Kaichi Bhuje Tribhuvana Ihan Sloka Duyi Chari Tara Vyaka Mitara Vyakya Bhasa Kari Anena Bhujibe Sarva Janjana. And translation. In reply to those critics who say that Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita is full of Sanskrit verses, it can be said that Srimad Bhagavatam is also full of Sanskrit verses, as are the commentaries on Srimad Bhagavatam. Nonetheless, Srimad Bhagavatam can be understood by everyone, as well as by advanced devotee who study the Sanskrit commentaries. Why then will people not understand the Chaitanya Charitamrita? There are only a few Sanskrit verses, and these have been explained in Bengali vernacular. What is the difficulty in understanding?
Thank you. Girish Prabhuji, are there? Hare Krishna. Gaurav Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, sorry. Sesa Lilara Sutragana Pelun Kichu Vivarana Ihan Vistariti Sita Ae Ake Yadi Ayu Sesa Vistari Bha Lila Seva Yadi Mahaprabhu Ripahai. Translation. I have already given a synopsis of all the facts and figures of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's last pastimes, and I have a desire to describe them elaborately. If I remain longer and am fortunate enough to receive the mercy of Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, I shall try to describe them again more elaborately. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Lalitman Prabhuji, text 92.
Yes, Prabhuji. Ami Vruddha Jara Tura Likite Kanpaye Kara Mane Kichu Smarana Na dekhiye nayane na suniye shravane tabu likhiye bada vismaya. Translation. I have now become too old and disturbed by invalidity. While I write, my hands tremble. I cannot remember anything, nor can I see or hear properly. Still I write, and this is a great wonder. Thank you so much, Prabhu.
So this is all these words are like Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami is telling Prabhuji, speaking.
Yeah. He started at 19, Prabhu. He started when he's at 91 or 92. So he's describing his own frailing position of his body, but still he could write. That is the mercy of Mahaprabhu. That's what he was telling.
Okay. Yeah, Sapan Prabhuji, text 91. Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna. Te Antya Leela Sara Sutre Madhya Vistara Kari Kichu Kari Lun Varana Iha Madhye Mariabe Varnite Na Paritabe Ehi Leela Bhakta Ganadhana. Translation: in this chapter, I have to some extent described the essence of the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya at the end. If I die in the meantime and cannot describe them in detail, at least the devotees will have this transcendental treasure.
Hare Krishna. Thank you. Text 92. संक्षेपे एहि सूत्र कैला एहि हिहन्ना लिखेला आज आगे आगे ताहा कारीबा विस्तार याधिता दीना जिये महाप्रभु रुरा कृपा है इच्छा बारी कारीबा विचारा. Translation: in this chapter, I have briefly described the Antya Leela. Whatever I have not described, I shall describe extensively in the future. If by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, I live for so many days that I can fulfill my desires, I will give full consideration to these pastimes. Hare Krishna. Sorry. Yeah, Giraj Prabhuji. Hare Krishna. Hare.
Japan Prabhuji.
Yes, 2.93 Prabhuji.
Very much Prabhuji. Let me do 1 second. Yeah. Chota bada bhakta gana vandana sabara sri charana sabe mora karaha santosha swarupa gosanira mata rupa raghunata janeyata tae liki nahi mora dosha. Translation. I worship here with the lotus feet of all kinds of devotees, both advanced and neophyte. I request all of them to be worshipped, satisfied with me. I am faultless because I have written here in whatever I have understood from Swarup Damodar Goswami and Rupa and Raghunath Das Goswamis. I have neither added to nor subtracted from their version. Purport by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Dana. Okay. According to Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, there are 3 kinds of devotees known as Bhajana Vigya, experts in devotional service, Bhajana Shila, devotees engaged in devotional service, and Krishna Name Dikshita Krishna Namakari, initiated devotees engaged in chanting. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, begs the mercy of all these devotees and asks them to be pleased with him. He says, let the neophyte devotees, the devotees who are very expert in arguing, though they have no sense of advanced devotional service, who think themselves very advanced because they imitate some smarta brahmana, let such devotees not be displeased with me, thinking that I have committed errors in this regard. I beg their pardon with great humility, but I'm submitting that I personally have no desire to add or subtract anything. I have only written what I have heard in the disciplic succession because I am dedicated to the lotus feet of previous acharyas like Swarup Damodar, Raghunath Das Goswami, and Rupa Goswami. This is the mood of Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami. I have only written what I have learned from them. Hare Krishna. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I think last text. Okay. Akinchan Prabhuji. Yeah. Yeah, Deepa Mataji, please can continue.
Yes, Prabhuji. Shri Chaitanya Nityananda Advaitadi Bhakta Vrinda Shiredhari Sabara Charana Swarupa Rupa Sanatana Raghunathira Shri Charana Dhuli Karo Mastake Bhushana. Translation. According to the Parampara system, I wish to take the dust from the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Nityananda Prabhu, Advaita Prabhu, and all the associates of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, like Swarup Damodara, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, and Raghunath Das Goswami. I wish to take the dust of their lotus feet upon my head. In this way, I wish to be blessed with their mercy. Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Samyukta Mataji.
Yes, Prabhuji. Panayanra Agnadhana Vrajera Vaishnava Gana Vandontanra Mukhya Haridasa Chaitanya Vinasa Sindhu Kallolera Eka Bindu Tara Khala Kahe Krishna Dasa. Translation: Receiving orders from the above authorities and the Vaishnavas of Vrindavana, especially from Haridasa, the priest of Govindaji, I, Krishnadasa Kaviraja Goswami, have tried to describe one small particle of one drop of one wave of the ocean of the pastimes of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Thus end the Bhakti Vedanta purport to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, 2nd chapter, describing the ecstatic manifestations of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Hari Bol. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So, what is the plan, Prabhuji?
Plan is 9, Prabhuji. Plan is 9 over.
Yeah. Please stop, Prabhuji.
Yes, Prabhuji, we'll stop here. No issues. We'll do it tomorrow. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you. Vancha kalpatarubhasya kripa sindhubhya eva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namo ananta koti vaishnavanda jai. Srila Prabhupada reading ki jai. So I am ending the call, Prabhuji. Girish Prabhuji is there? Yeah, I am ending the call, Prabhuji. Thank you for joining.
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.